Television has the power to unite millions, bringing moments of joy, laughter, and connection into our homes. From groundbreaking live broadcasts to unforgettable scripted dramas, TV has given us memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes, these moments take a turn for the worse, leaving viewers shocked and haunted by events that no one could have predicted. These are the stories that took a tragic path, making one of the darkest moments in TV history. On July 23, 1982, the production of Twilight Zone the movie was well underway. Director John Landis had great visions for his segment of the anthology, which told the story of a man who time traveled through different war-torn eras, including Nazi Germany and the Vietnam War. The star, Vic Morrow, a seasoned actor, was set to perform in an intense scene that required him to rescue two young Vietnamese children, portrayed by Mika Dinley, age 7, and Renee Chin Yen Chen, age 6. However, the shoot that night would forever change the film industry. The scene called for a dramatic helicopter escape, with Morrow carrying both children through a river, fleeing from explosions. The helicopter hovered dangerously close to the ground, barely 25 feet above the actors. The sequence was meant to be breathtaking, a cinematic spectacle that would wow audiences. And it did just that. As pyrotechnics exploded nearby, the helicopter pilot lost control. The aircraft tipped sideways and crashed into the water below. In one horrific instant, the helicopter's blade struck Morrow and the two children, killing all three on impact. The crew was stunned, unable to comprehend the horror unfolding before them. Rescue teams rushed in, but it was too late. Instead of wrapping up a challenging but successful shoot, the opposite occurred. Vic Morrow, Mika Dinley, and Renee Chin Yi Chen lost their lives in a tragic accident that shook Hollywood to its core. What followed was a lengthy investigation and legal battle that lasted over a decade. John Landis, along with 4 others, faced charges of involuntary manslaughter. Although they were ultimately acquitted, the incident led to significant changes in film safety regulations, specifically involving child actors and the use of special effects. To this day, the haunting memory of that tragic night lingers over Hollywood. The loss of 3 lives during the making of a film remains one of the darkest moments in TV and film history. Comedy thrives on timing and surprise, but sometimes the biggest surprises are those that no one could anticipate. On February 5th, 2022, Heather McDonald, a comedian known for wit and sarcastic humor, was performing at the Tampa Improv in Arizona. She had a loyal fan base who came for her jokes about family, marriage, and pop culture. It was supposed to be another night filled with laughter and good times, but it became a night that no one in the audience would forget, for a reason far beyond comedy. The room buzzed with excitement as McDonald took the stage, delivering her jokes with ease. She had the audience in stitches, covering everything from the pandemic to parenting in her signature dry style. As she warmed up the crowd, the energy in the room grew stronger with each punchline. It seemed like a routine performance for the veteran comedian, until an unexpected moment turned the show into something far darker. 3 minutes into her set, McDonald began a joke about her health. With the pandemic still fresh in everyone's minds, she riffed on how she avoided COVID and how well she had been taking care of herself. It was a classic McDonald humor, sarcastic, self-aware, and perfectly timed. The audience was completely hooked, laughing along as she rattled off her list of vaccines and boosters.
Traveled, went to Mexico twice, did shows, meet and greets, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously.
The crowd laughed, unaware that the joke was about to take a tragic irony.
So nice, so nice.
For a few seconds, the audience assumed it was a part of the act, a physical gag to cap off her joke. But as the seconds dragged on, McDonald remained motionless. Concern replaced laughter. It wasn't long before medics rushed to the stage. McDonald was taken into a nearby hospital, where it was discovered that she had fractured her skull. The cause? A combination of dehydration and exhaustion. Tragically ironic after having just joked about her impeccable health. Though she made a full recovery, the memory of that night stuck with everyone who witnessed it, turning what was supposed to be a funny night into a horrifying experience.
And now, here she is, Jenny Jones.
There have been many famous madams in history. Madame Curie, Madame Butter.
Talk shows in the 90s thrived on shock value, often using emotional reveals to pull in high ratings. The Jenny Jones Show was no exception, and in 1995 it aired one of its most controversial episodes, a reveal that would lead to devastating consequences. A popular format that promised emotional drama and audience intrigue, but no one, least of all the show's producers, could have predicted what would follow. Jonathan Schmitz was a 24-year-old Michigan man who had been invited to the Jenny Jones Show with the promise of meeting someone who had a secret crush on him. Schmitz accepted the invitation, likely imagining the possibility of a romantic connection with a woman he had admired from afar, maybe even the girl of his dreams. He arrived at the studio, not aware that what was about to unfold would change the course of his life forever. The stage was set. Schmitz, seated on one side, was all smiles as Jenny Jones built up the suspense. His secret admirer would soon be revealed, but it wasn't the woman he had hoped for. It was Scott Amador, a 32-year-old acquaintance and mutual friend.
Did you think Donna had the crush on you?
Did I? No, we're good friends.
Well, guess what? It's Scott that has the crush on you.
You lied to me.
Schmitz was caught off guard as Amador confessed his crush on national television. Scott joked about fantasies he had of Jonathan, a moment that was intended to entertain the audience, but left Schmitz visibly uneasy. Despite the awkwardness of the moment, Schmitz tried to play it off. He smiled, laughed nervously, and even hugged Amador in an effort to downplay his discomfort. Schmitz later claimed he was completely straight and hadn't expected anything like this to happen. But for the cameras, it seemed like the situation had resolved without any major issues. As the pair left the studio together, everything seemed fine. There was no hostility, no anger. It appeared to be just another episode of daytime TV. The two friends had parted ways after the taping, and there seemed to be no lingering tension. The episode never aired, and it looked like any potential awkwardness had been left behind in the studio. It was all good, right? Well, it seemed that way. At least until 3 days later.
Okay, why did you do that?
Because he's looking sick on national TV and he's up on the street.
Okay, I want you to calm down.
Something's coming up. Hold on. I can have a gun in my car. I'm away from my car right now.
Okay, the gun's in the car. Okay, I want you to try to calm down. Okay, can you tell me again why you shot the man?
Because he's playing a really big fucking thing on me. Sick on Jenny Jones and national.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
My name is John.
3 days after the taping, Jonathan Schmitz drove to a local store and purchased a 12-gauge shotgun. That same day, he drove to Scott Amador's home, overcome with humiliation and anger. Schmitz confronted Amador, demanding to know why he had embarrassed him on national television. The argument escalated, and in a moment of rage, Schmitz retrieved the shotgun from his car and opened fire on Amador, twice in the chest. Jonathan Schmitz later called 911, his voice shaky and panicked. Confessing to the shooting, "I just killed someone," he told the dispatcher. The line between TV entertainment and real-life tragedy had been violently crossed. The case sent shockwaves through the country. Schmitz was arrested and later convicted of second-degree murder, receiving a sentence of 25 to 50 years in prison. The Jenny Jones Show episode was never aired, but the controversy surrounding the incident led to a high-profile wrongful death lawsuit filed by Amador's family against the show's producers. They argued that the Jenny Jones Show had intentionally provoked Schmitz by setting up the secret crush reveal, putting both men in a dangerous situation for the sake of ratings. The incident that unfolded after the taping of the Jenny Jones Show became a sobering reminder of the ethical boundaries in reality television. What seemed like harmless entertainment for millions of viewers took a deadly turn, making this one of the most darkest moments in TV history. A moment of laughter and shock ended in honor, leaving one man dead and another behind bars.